Arizona State's Kenny Dillingham had his name tossed around for the LSU job, the Penn State job, the Florida job. Didn't accept any of those jobs, but now the Michigan job is open. Would Arizona State's Kenny Dillingham go be the next Michigan man? Anthony Totri and Shane Dieffenbach from the PHNX Sun Devils show here to break it down. Shane, this is something that we've dealt with and we've spun around now for the last several weeks, months, going back to Penn State. And here we are yet again.
When is Groundhog Day? Today.
I don't know. Is it Groundhog Day?
Yeah. Have we not done this so many times? I mean, how many times does this guy have to say that he wants to stay at his alma mater?
Apparently, at least one more time.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This one, the good thing that the thing that I've seen from ASU fans is now that the fact that they are no longer scared of this, the scare factor is going down, and we've seen it from the first rumblings to now, where it's like now people on message boards and Twitter are just saying, "Shut up, stop talking about this guy." The only thing in this one, of course, now with the report from On3, where there's some vague blurb about agents saying that he's pushing hard for the job, which where does that even come from?
I have no idea. And I think, again, this is something where if Michigan, if this job specifically had opened at the start of this coaching cycle, I think it would have been an interesting thing to just think about in the realm of like the same way that we kind of thought about LSU and Florida and Penn State over like, I don't think anybody would fault him, right? Nobody would fault him for leaving for a bigger school, getting more money, getting more backing. And I know that Penn State came knocking. Specifically, another Big Ten giant that we saw what they are paying Matt Campbell now to get him from Iowa State. And Kenny Dillingham said no, right? And that was a job that had been open for some time. You look at the Florida job, the LSU job. Those were jobs that were in my mind, bigger and honestly more attractive than the Michigan job is right now, right? And I get the history behind Michigan, the winningest college football program in history. But my thing is, Kenny Dillingham just saved Arizona State from a coaching scandal. You're telling me now that after early signing day, after he could have had arguably any of these other jobs, right, outside of Lane Kiffin, like taking the LSU job, that all of a sudden now he's going to up and leave a couple weeks before the Sun Bowl, a couple weeks after saying he had a really productive meeting with ASU's administration where he felt like there is a lot more backing. A couple weeks ago saying, I was never leaving. Like, if you were going to leave then, nobody would have faulted you. If you leave now, everybody is faulting you.
Yeah, I mean, that also doesn't matter, I don't think. Like, coaches can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
You can burn bridges. Now, it's college football. It's Wild West. What I will push back on is this isn't the same situation as Arizona State. Yes, it's a murky situation with the whole coaching everything that went down. We don't obviously know exactly what's going on there, and there's now more lawsuits that might come about, and it's a whole mess. But it's not like Herm Edwards where the team was just decimated. They still have one of the brightest quarterbacks, the brightest future for a quarterback in college football, in Bryce Underwood. It is probably a top 3 school you'd want to go to in terms of branding in college football. That being said, again, we're not doing this again. Like, come on. How many times do we have to say, hands off our coach?
I don't see it happening right now. And again, this is still a very fresh situation, right? The Michigan coaching scandal, whatever, the firing, all that stuff still within the last 48 hours. So I wouldn't anticipate that this is really going to be something that they are rushing to do, considering all of the major coaching openings have already been filled to this point in time. This feels like they'll take their time. They won't do what they just did after Harbaugh left and immediately just flip it to the next guy. Right? This feels like a situation that will take time. But
let me ask you this though: with the idea of Kenny leaving now, does it concern you more than it did 2 weeks ago or less?
Concern me as in like the actual...
The fact that he could leave. Like,
no.
Do you have any...
No. At this point in time, again, Kenny Dillingham has been pretty transparent.
What did he just say? There was a clip circulating social media the other day of him on a podcast saying that his agents were the only people that were talking to people, and he kept saying no.
He said during the season.
Yes.
So that is interesting.
True.
The one final note that I will add to this whole thing is Arizona, and I feel like this is all this is going to do is it's going to spur more speculation. This is, like I said, obviously a very fresh situation. However, Arizona State had outlined its practice schedule for the Sun Bowl, which originally included Friday, December 12th. After Thursday's practice, we had Kenny Dillingham for a media availability. He told us that there wouldn't be a practice, meaning obviously media not able to go to the fields, do that type of stuff. He said there was just going to be meetings. Didn't really elaborate too much on that. I am in the camp of taking Kenny Dillingham at his word, and at the end of the day, he said meetings. He didn't specify, specific meetings, but that's all I'm saying is originally at the start of the week, there was a practice on Friday. There is not a practice on Friday to this point.
That happened during the season, though.
What exactly?
Never mind. Okay, guess not.
Who knows, guys? Let us know.
Kenny's leaving.
Do you think Kenny Dillingham is the next Michigan man heading to Ann Arbor? Let us know in the comments. And then, of course, for all your news and notes, make sure you check out the PHNX Sun Devils show.